Welcome to the Bush Chapel, a service for us at home. We're just about to have a nice cup of tea on this beautiful day, and I hope you have one with you and your pets are comfortable. Our theme for today is Esther's Intercession. Our order of service today will be a candle lighting, an opening prayer, a hymn, our window of wonder, the reading, a children's activity, devotion, and closing prayer. Let's open in prayer. God, our provider, we come to church today needing you in different ways. Some of us need strength because we are facing a big challenge. Some of us need hope because we are feeling like giving up. Some of us need love because we are feeling alone. We trust that you'll provide for us, whether through words or music or in a quiet moment of reflection. You are here and you are with us. Amen. Pete will now play a hymn for us on the piano. Sing along if you wish.
My name is Peter, and I've got a great old hymn for you to sing to this morning, and it's called O God, Our Help in Ages Past.
Here is our window of wonder, where we look out and wonder. Today, as we read about the festival of Purim, we will reflect on some of our own favourite festivals.
Hello, my name is Megan and I will be doing the Bible reading for today from the book of Esther. Esther chapter 7 verses 1 to 6. Esther's plea. So the king and Haman came to drink wine with Esther the queen. And the king said to Esther on the second day, also as they drank their wine, "What is your petition, Queen Esther? It shall be granted to you. And what is your request? Even to half of the kingdom it shall be done." Then Queen Esther replied, "If I have found favor in your sight, O king, and if I please the king, let my life be spared as my petition, and my people be spared as my request. For we have been sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, killed and wiped out of existence. Now, if we had only been sold as slaves, men and women, I would have remained silent, for our hardship would not be sufficient to burden the king by even mentioning it." Then King Xerxes asked Queen Esther, "Who is he, and where is he who dares to do such a thing?" Esther said, "An adversary and an enemy is Haman, this evil man." Then Haman became terrified before the king and queen. And Esther chapter 9, verses 20 to 22. The Feast of Purim instituted. Now Mordecai recorded these events, and he sent letters to all the Jews who lived in all the provinces of King Xerxes, both near and far, obliging them to celebrate the 14th day of the month of Adar, and the 15th day of the same month annually. Because on those days the Jews rid themselves of their enemies, and as the month which was turned for them from grief to joy, and from mourning into a holiday, that they should make them days of feasting and rejoicing, and sending choice portions of food to one another and gifts to the poor. May God bless this reading.
Welcome. Today we reflect upon an interesting book in the Old Testament called the Book of Esther. Well, we all love stories with twists and turns, especially those that lead to a joyful, happy and unexpected ending that deserves to be celebrated for all time to come, especially in the form of an annual festival, which in the case of the Book of Esther came to be called Purim or Lots, from the word pur, which means lot or destiny. Now in this book, the lot or die was cast to exterminate all Jews living in Persia. But against all odds, the tables were reversed so that the lot for death finally came upon Haman and his sons, who devised this wicked plan. And so the book of Esther provides a rationale for the origin and reason for the celebration of this annual festival of Purim in the life of Israel. The story is set in the Persian court and capital of Susa during the reign of King Xerxes I, who reigned from 486 to 465 BC, and is remembered by ancient historians as a ruthless and powerful king. Some 50 to 60 years before this time, God raised up Cyrus the Persian in 539 BC in order to bring defeat to the Babylonian Empire and bring that empire to an end, enabling the Jews to return to their homeland. But Esther and her cousin Mordecai had remained in exile. Now the book of Esther is well known for not mentioning God, not mentioning miracles, the law, the temple or covenant. And the literary structure of the book is organised around three pairs of banquets occurring at the beginning in chapter 1 verses 2 to 8, right in the middle in chapters 5, 1 to 8 and 7, 1 to 10, and finally at the end of the book in chapter 9, verses 17 to 19. The first banquet features the deposing or forceful removal of King Xerxes' wife, Queen Vashti, because she refused to obey his command to parade before his friends at a party. Sadly, she was seen as a threat to the authority of all husbands in the empire, and this led to the providential choosing of Esther as queen, who then proposed 2 more banquets in which Haman would also appear, and would finally be condemned to die on a pole that he had set up for Mordecai, finally concluding with the defeat of the enemy throughout the empire and the celebration of the Feast of Purim. That gives a sort of an overview of the book. Now, many think that the turning point of the book comes at chapter 6 and verse 1, when King Xerxes just happens to have a restless night and could not sleep, and as a result orders the book of his reign to be read before him, and just so happens to find the place where Mordecai had exposed 2 of the king's officers who had conspired to assassinate King Xerxes. Quite remarkable, eh? This then helps to change the course of events dramatically, which Haman had plotted against Mordecai and the Jews. Further, upon hearing of these plots against the Jews, Mordecai had earlier said to Queen Esther, at chapter 5 and verse 14, "Do not keep silent about all of these things, for who knows but that you have come to your royal position for such a time as this." Now, this suggests that many of the surprising and unexpected reversals found throughout this book really speak of the hidden and providential hand of God, with the message that the covenant God of Israel still really cares for the people that are his, even though they may be scattered far and wide. And God really cares about us and sees the situations that often come against us and can turn evil into good at every turn in our lives as well. So may this meditation bless us all today. Amen.
Let's close in prayer. Inspire our hearts, feet, and hands to be your expansive love in the face of hostility and hatred and fear. Help us to retain your essence of compassion and favour for those on the margins. May we embrace your calling of love and justice in such a time as this. Amen.